How are you showing up? Are you using the power of the present moment? You're listening to Pure Light, where we explore how you can believe in yourself and be happy with who you are. My name is Ailey. I'm a coach, writer, and yoga and meditation teacher. This is episode 137. The last couple of episodes, I've been talking about how to allow your future to be independent of the past. The most important part of that conversation isn't about the future or the past. It's about the present moment. There's no other moment that really exists. The only place where other moments exist is in your head, in your mind, in your memories. And you may be thinking, what about time? What about the fact that time is constantly changing? And it's true that time exists, and it's something that we use to help us schedule things and coordinate things with others. But the only time that you can ever experience is now. It's always now. The only time that you can ever change things is right now. You can plan to change things in the future. You can tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow. And then when that time arrives, it'll also be now, because the present moment is always unfolding. It's always now. In each moment, there's the opportunity to recreate the status quo, to keep operating under the same assumptions and making the same decisions as the past. Sometimes that may be intentional, but sometimes it may not be. After all, we are on autopilot about 50% of the time. If you've been wanting to do something for a long time and haven't managed to see it to completion yet, continuing to perpetuate the status quo could also be a way of trying to avoid stepping into uncertainty, because that can be scary. It can trigger fear. It can feel very uncomfortable because there's that sense of groundlessness. So it may be safer to do everything the way that you've always done it to try to avoid that feeling and protect yourself from that experience. In each moment, there's also an opportunity to create something different, a new reality, whatever that may be for you. It could be moving towards a dream or goal, or something that you've been wanting to do for a long time. In order for that to happen, two things need to be there. The first one is awareness, meaning not being on autopilot, so that you realize the choices that you're making and are intentional about them, so that they aren't just decisions made out of habit. Awareness in the present moment is necessary in order to start creating that new reality. And then the other thing that's necessary is willingness to step into uncertainty. To create a new reality, you'll need to make different choices than you have been. And this will probably feel uncomfortable because it will require courage, because it's new territory. It's facing the unknown. Every moment is an opportunity to begin again and to make a new choice. The present doesn't have to be an extension of the past. It could be a new beginning. What matters is now and what you choose to do in this moment. That's way more important than anything that's happened in the past. It's also way more important than anything you could do in the future. When you wait until the future to make a decision or take action, you defer your power to that future self, who may potentially never exist until you decide to create that future self right now. You also deprive yourself of the opportunity to evolve into that person. But when you make new decisions, you create a new world for yourself and you allow yourself to grow. You allow yourself to step out of your comfort zone and into new territory where your sense of self has the capacity to evolve. That isn't just where the magic happens. It's also the only place where you can change what you think about yourself, because you're creating space for that evolution to happen. You can change what you think of yourself by choosing to show up in a new way. I want to share a Pema Chodron quote. To be fully alive, fully human, and completely awake is to be continually thrown out of the nest. To live fully is to always be in no man's land, to experience each moment as completely new and fresh. To live is to be willing to die over and over again. End quote. When you show up with awareness and willingness to try new things and to allow yourself to evolve, new possibilities come into existence. That's the power of the present moment. You get to decide how you show up and whether or not you want to step into that world of new possibilities. I know that when it comes to facing uncertainty, there can be a strong tendency to seek safety and security and try to protect yourself from that. So in the next episode, I'm going to be talking about how to train with uncertainty. And I'll also be stepping into uncertainty myself as I have my first guest ever. I've actually been working with him on this as I've been writing my book. So I won't tell you who it is. You'll have to tune in to find out. If you want to make sure that you get that, subscribe to Pure Light wherever you listen to podcasts. Thanks so much for listening. Until next time, may you be guided by your light.